Anyway, I didn't say don't take the kid.
Why didn't you put that online?
It's not my proudest moment.
You didn't mention the student, so why not?
Now, at Berkeley, at what I hope to be one day will be Andrew's alma mater. It's a really good school. It's a really good school. At Berkeley, there was a student group called SDS. It was Students for Democratic Society. Which, if you watch Forrest Gump, which by the way, Forrest Gump is a very conservative movie. The head of SDS was the guy that punched Jenny, right?
Yeah, that's funny.
If you watch Forrest Gump from a very political perspective, it is very conservative. It's not like overtly conservative, but anyway, like people who ask questions are always sort of. A good example is Abbie Hoffman. Yeah. Those of you who don't know who Abbie Hoffman is, yeah, here's the guy. He sure says the F word a lot via F and M. That guy, they didn't even mention his name. If you know anything about history, his name is Abbie Hoffman. He wrote a book. Have you read his book? You know what the book's called? It's called Steal This Book. And my mom used to have it, and she's lost it. It literally, a friend of hers from college stole the book for her. I was in a bookstore in Florida, and I saw it. It's all these ways to bum around society without ever having to pay for anything. And some of it's pretty mean though, like how to like take advantage of people and get stuff. This is also back when people used to hitchhike everywhere. Yeah, my dad when he would go back and forth to Western, he hitchhiked. My uncles hitchhiked all over the country. Today, when you think hitchhiker, you're thinking person with an axe who's going to chop you into bits and eat your face.
When I think hitchhikers, I think creepy people in trouble.
It was just regular people. If you want to see an awesome movie, a movie you'd love, it's called Outside Providence. It's with Alec Baldwin. It's really cool. Have you seen it? It's awesome, isn't it? It's about have you seen it too, Madeline? It's really cool. And the kid, it was in the 70s, hitchhiked a bunch, and that's not what it was about, but he hitchhiked. It was really neat. It was about a high school kid who ended up going to this school. Tom Hayden, it's too long for me to get into. Tom Hayden was one of the intellectual behind SDS. I don't think you'll ever see a question about Tom Hayden, but on an essay, mentioning Tom Hayden and SDS would be pretty baller. If on the AP exam you got into Tom Hayden and SDS, because the people reading it would be like, wow, nice. You what?
Society.
Yeah. And much of this is obviously going to be projected in music. Anti-war songs, civil rights songs, women's rights songs, just songs by women who were like Aretha Franklin, right? The music is going to encapsulate a generation. Probably there is no decade where the music is more synonymous with the decade and what's going on with the decade than the 60s. You might make the argument that 80s music is also really able to sort of hear it, but it's not for good reasons, right? It's like, wow, this is Devo, wow, this is 80s, because it's not very good. Although Devo is misunderstood, I think. But the 60s is synonymous with this music because of what was going on. I'll show you some of the music over the next couple of days, hopefully, but you guys can get online and look at it and listen to it. And a lot of you guys have heard as much of it probably that I have who are into music. I do want to stop though and show you some speeches of Malcolm, and I want to show you the last scene of Malcolm's death because I want you to hear him. I always argue that Malcolm actually was a better speaker than Martin Luther King was, although probably not to large groups, but like what Martin Luther King was really good at was speaking to giant groups and moving them about making them feel good about the world. What Malcolm's speeches were all about logic, right? Here's why I think what I think. And that might be good to like me.